Yo, Fish, you look a little pasty, like you just walked up from ground zero. Yo, Fish, you look a little pasty. Came from Diddy's baby hour party, baby powder party. Ew, man, my nose hair look like a boogie. Like, what the fuck? Ew. Ew. Light's bright as hell. It's out there with me. What's your favorite movie? Oh man, it's one of them nights. Tater chip. Me, fuck you, tater chip. Fuck you, tater chip. Fuck you, tater chip. Hey, sweet. I don't even know what I named the stream. I fucking think I named it backwards, bro. Hope you guys are doing well. Get them in here. I gotta go sit over there. Light's bright. Shit bright as hell. I set that shit down there like that shit reflecting off my head, make me look like the moon. Guys want to have a drink with me? What's your favorite holiday movie? I probably like Home Alone if I had to pick. The first one, no, not the second one. The first one. Maybe Rocky too, because they always played like Rocky like on the holidays. I guess that would be considered like a holiday movie. I've seen Rocky too many times. I'm 40 years old. I've seen Rocky too many times. I can't even watch it anymore. Any of the first 5 of them, I can't even watch them. I've seen them too many times. I can't even watch them. Maybe the 4th one, because it was always interesting. And the 3rd one, Mr. T was kind of intimidating looking. He really was. What's up, guys? You guys have a favorite holiday movie? Nah, but I think Home Alone would be a good one, though. I didn't like the Christmas Story. I never liked that where you hear black and white, he's talking to him. So I didn't like that one. Wasn't big on the Christmas Story. I don't know. I'd have to think of another one, another holiday movie. Odin, what's up, buddy? Is that your name? Odin. That's Thor's dad. Odin was a bad MFer, dude. Odin could have trashed Thor if he wanted to. I don't know what Odin's horse's name was, though. Remember, Odin was always on that horse when he was pissed off, though? I swear he was. Odin always had that horse with him. I don't know the horse's name. Only way Thor could beat Odin is if Odin really was evil. Because Thor wouldn't be evil, he would be pure. and he would be able to possess the hammer. He would be worthy. And if they were evil, they'd be unworthy. And he'd be able to fight good against evil and win. That's how that hammer's really set up. It really is. It's the only way he could beat Odin. Odin would have to be unworthy. Like kind of how Lucifer branched away with a third of the stars and fell from heaven. They were unworthy after that. Jack, I've been on that Jack Black diet. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's probably heavier than, because if I was 50 pounds heavier, that means I'd be 258 right now. He's heavier than that 50 pounds on me. I don't know how much he weighs, truthfully. I liked him in Enemy of the State, Jack Black. I liked him in that movie Bait. I always liked how when he played a more serious role too, because he made a lot of millions of dollars playing serious roles in big movies, and people overlook him all the time. He was the guy in the van in Enemy of the State with Gene Hackman and Will Smith. I bet he got a nice paycheck, didn't he? Hold on, I'm looking for my drink. Got up and they're right next to me. I like School of Rock. He was good in. I never seen the Mario movie. Jack Black was good in the movie called The Jackal. He played in weird movies. He's all right. The Jackal with Bruce Willis, he was in that. So you got to think, with his acting resume, just the movies I said, he's already met Bruce Willis, Gene Hackman, and Will Smith. You know what I mean? That's why he's worth a lot of money today. The guy, a lot of people thought he was going to flop, and he didn't. That's one thing about Jack Black. A lot of people thought he was, after Nacho Libre and certain things, they thought he was going to flop kind of actor, and he didn't. He became even better at his craft. Guy's worth a lot of money. I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan or anything. I'm just saying, like, the guy wasn't a flop. And that's one thing I'll say about him. And everybody thought he was going to flop. He always played smaller roles in movies. Even the Jackal, his scene was getting his hand blown off by Bruce Willis with a big gun. In Enemy of the State, he had a few parts where he was the NSA. He was the guy in charge of all the computers. And Bait, it was the same thing. Or Bait, it might have been B-Rad, because B-Rad was in that movie too. The guy from Malibu's Most Wanted. He was in both of them too. It might have been him. I don't know if Jack, but it's like they used both of them. Kind of how they did in U.S. Marshals with Tommy Lee Jones and all his U.S. Marshal buddies in the other movies, like The Fugitive. They were all together, you know. That's a good movie, The Fugitive. That's when I liked Harrison Ford and shit. I wasn't big on Indiana Jones and shit. Now everybody heard. Yeah. And the stroke's the word. Don't take no rhythm. Yeah. Woo. Oh my God! Did you just hear that? You guys up there? Who's out there? Who's out there with me? Listen, what's a cracker like? I want to see you. That's a cracker. Oh yeah, that's what that shit tastes like. Stroke me, stroke me. No, no, no. Yeah. They didn't like my Buzzball Christmas tree lights. I'm sure they have them. I should have made them longer. That's what it was. A little too short. I just spit on myself. I just spit on it. This is where we start to get sloppy. Oh, it's Tater Chip. Man, you should be blue on your channel, Tater Chip. Your channel should be blue. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Let me try to look like I'm trying to look like a scammer. Hold on. Yes, you can put your information in right now. Yeah. What do you mean all the boys are dry? Hey, Tater Chip. Where'd Tater Chip go? Remember that shit in Street Fighter? It'd be like, Hadouken! What the fuck? Hadouken! Remember that shit? I never could do that shit. He'd be like, Hadouken! I'm like, what? Tried to press it. The shit just looked like it tastes like shit, don't it? That's why I got it. It just looks like it's nasty. Nah, I'm gonna like it. I ain't drinking that one now. It depends on the streamings tonight. We'll see how we could do. Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's like this. Yeah. Sonic Boom. Remember? Guess not. Remember when that fucking chick would beat you from China? Guess not. Remember? I hated that shit. She would beat me too. Chun-Li, that's who it was. That was her name, I believe. I hated that shit. Fucking bitch. You guys should know what I'm talking about if you ever played that game. Fucking beats you, be like, guess not. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. For real. It really would. I don't even think that's what she said. I've always thought, you know. Sorry, man. That's why I like drinking out of a bottle. I don't always like cans, but one of the only things I can drink is green tea. Green tea and ginger ale, and root beer, and cream soda. Dr. Fish won't drink anything else. And water, coffee. Yeah, it's all good in the hood, little. I'm drinking that too with green tea. I felt it slide right past my epiglottis. That's how a dolphin can swallow a fish underwater without drowning, because the esophagus and the trachea are separated by a large epiglottis at the base of the tongue that prevents water from being taken into the lungs accidentally. That allows a dolphin at 535 meters to forage. Say it. What are you guys up to? Oh, your epiglottis is huge. Yeah, dude. Something just slid past. That's what I'm saying. Something slid past my epiglottis. I could feel it. Guess not. Fuck you, bitch. I hated that shit. She would win too. Fucking, I remember that shit. I used to play that game a lot. It's been years since I've played that too. I just have a photographic memory. Who else was badass? Was what was it, Blanca or Blanca? Yeah. The Indian guy. Remember the Indian guy with the long arms and shit? You want him chilling with your girl and shit. What if his arms and legs ain't the only thing that's stretched, you know? Oh, shit. I liked him with the electricity. He was cool. He had his power moves. I used to play Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's the one I played. I used to have the turbo controller and everything. You guys up there? Ryu was the strongest in the game, they said. I liked Mortal Kombat also, too. I liked Liu Kang. I used Liu Kang. His moves were okay. And even in the later games, Liu Kang could teleport to defend moves. It's the only way he would be able to teleport is when they tried to attack. He would be able to counter it and teleport. Oh, he scared the shit out of me. Raiden, I liked Raiden too. Remember? No, I didn't like Tekken. Tekken wasn't like Mortal Kombat and shit. You'd be like Raiden walk up and be like, he'd be like on some other shit. Mortal Kombat was pretty cool. Raiden all of a sudden he'd be like, yeah, fuck. For real. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't big on Tekken. Turn new big old wheel. Get away from that pipe, Clydesdales. Make my body talk when you're next to me. Body talk. You make my body talk. Rat was an all right band. It was good to see them in a couple of the insurance commercials. They used a couple of their songs, that Round and Round, and they used another one. You don't really hear a lot about Rat these days. They were what you call a decent band, but they weren't like great, because they had guys like Motley Crue and all them other guys they had to compete against. But Rat had a few. It was all right. Some random rat popped up in my ear. Let it out. You don't know what you're missing. I'm taking what you're giving. Rat was all right. I'm listening to a song called Body Talk. You know where I learned this song from? Was that movie, The Golden Child. When he was walked in, Eddie Murphy started fighting all the bikers. This is the song that was playing on the TV. That's how I really learned about Rat, because I used to watch all Eddie Murphy movies. Eddie Murphy always was on TV back in the day, even before streaming and all that shit. He had all the Beverly Hills Cops and 48 Hours and another 48 Hours. And like he had Trading Places, and he had a lot of different movies before today. Good movies that people would watch, like Coming to America and stuff. That was all right with Eddie Murphy, but that was later on. Eddie Murphy was bigger. Eddie Murphy was famous for a reason, because he really was a great actor. Out there, like that stream. Good old Eddie. God remind us. They won't throw us in that portal, my friends, my moderators. I can't stream at 8 o'clock in the morning. They do in the mornings. If you guys look at your analytics, it tells you when to go live. When all your subscribers and the feeds are right. I can't go in the morning. It'll mess up my whole day if I went live like this at 8, 9 in the morning. It's 2 in the morning. It's different. I can't be showing up to work drunk. I may drink and stuff, but I don't drink out in public. I don't walk around. I don't drive a vehicle drinking. I don't do any of that shit. I don't show up places drunk. When I drink on a stream. You know? Say the N-word, neighbor. And I got good neighbors. Damn my auto. And I should hang out with my neighbors more, man. I just always on this weird schedule and shit. Past is real. Let me find a different song. I want something hard and fast. Yeah, Mr. Manson, you're hard and fast. What are you guys up to? Night night, my Uncle Billy used to say that. I miss him, man. It'd be nice to go see Uncle Billy tomorrow night. After seeing my dad and like Uncle Daddy. It's time for bed. My day's just starting. Starting off with some whiskey and Johnny Bootlegger. Nah, I got off work and shit a few hours ago, and I fell asleep after I ate. I came home from work and ate and literally showered and fell asleep. Woke up. I was dreaming like there was like, get up, you son of a bitch. That's I heard it. Like it really did. It woke me up. Something woke me up. So go for it. I don't know, man. Tried to go to sleep. Didn't work. Get him, Rock. I wanna get you high. It's out there. Sometimes you have to think about that. Never have to think about things. You need some motivation. You want me to reach in my pockets again like we did last night? I'll show you. I got some motivation for you. Don't ever get on. You sound unmotivated. Don't ever get unmotivated. Don't ever get unmotivated in here. Don't make me reach in them pockets. You will get motivated. I don't even know where my pants are. No, I'm not pulling out money. I gotta stop doing that shit. Let me find a different song. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. I just smoked. I'm drinking right now. I'll smoke again in a little while. I'm going to mix the sour diesel with rainbow runts and put some dabs on top of it and start screaming out my door in an hour. Seems like a plan. Hold up, man. This ain't the songs I'm looking for. Now, random music pops up sometimes. Some random songs pop up. Like Godsmack right now. They're a decent band, Godsmack. I've seen them live. They're actually a really good band. They're all right, Godsmack. I would like them better than Pearl Jam and other bands. I just thought they could play better. And the drummer was better. Their drummer is pretty good, too. A lot of people don't give credit to a lot of the bands, their drummers, of how great they really are. A drummer, even Slipknot, their drummer. And I don't really like Slipknot, but I like their drummer. The guy's great. Because I don't really like, they get a little too hard, Slipknot. And it's because their drummer can do crazy. I don't watch their drummer next time you watch a Slipknot song. They're a little hard and fast because that drummer can do things that I can't even fathom with his feet, too. He's doing both. And he's using both of his hands, which is deadly for great drummers to do, because a great drummer sometimes only needs one hand. They don't need both of their hands. The other hand will slow them down. I don't know. Is that a lyric to Godsmack? I don't know all their songs. I know a couple of them. Like I said, it randomly popped up. I like bands like ZZ Top. I think ZZ Top could play better than Godsmack. Their guitarists were better. And ZZ Top had their own sound too, a rock and roll sound. They were in a lot more movies too. They're a more famous band than Godsmack. If I was sitting next to the front man, the lead singer of Godsmack right now, he'd tell you how ZZ Top's a more famous band. Way more famous. Like, they played in even that Christmas Story. They were the ones playing the music, and Back to the Future 3. Like, ZZ Top's like top notch for real. They said they ain't asking for much. Said Fishy, take me downtown. I'm just looking for some touch. Mm-hmm. A band that's hard and fast like Godsmack that would smack around ZZ Top a little bit. A better band, maybe give them the run for it. Successful, you'd have to shoot a band like Metallica, not Godsmack. You need a band like Metallica for ZZ Top and the way they play the guitars and the shit they've done. Godsmack's not even like in their league. They're really not. I like Godsmack. I was just listening to them, but they're not on that Metallica ZZ Top level. They're not even fucking close. I'm surprised Aerosmith stopped with certain shit back in the day, because it used to be Aerosmith and Queen back in the day, like hardcore. Like they're two bands. Well, you always hear Queen at all the games and stuff, but Aerosmith like disappeared. There was another top-notch band out of all the bands. I guess they got older, you know. They're probably 40 years old doing shows back then, making hits. In their late 30s. Now it's 2024. I've been looking for some touch. Queen's one of the best bands. I think they make top 5 out of all the bands. Freddie Mercury was a better singer. Freddie could sing about a bicycle, literally, and make it entertaining. Like he was an opera singer. Like he was a better vocalist than these guys. He used to walk with Michael Jackson coming out on stage. Like he's a real star, Freddie Mercury. Out of all of them. Even over Robert Plant, Freddie Mercury. I asked my dad before too, because he knows all the bands too. He said the same thing, Freddie Mercury. But we all love Plant. We all got shower time, or we all sing Robert Plant. But Queen's different. Queen was can be considered a 70s band, not even 80s, guys. They're a little before. And don't forget their guitarist was Brian May, who's absolutely amazing. Brian May could play circles around these other guys. He could fill in and play their band's music. I like Ozzy too. Ozzy's probably my favorite. Ozzy and Black Sabbath. I like Jake E. Lee. Don't get me wrong, I like Randy Rhoads too, but I know I like Ozzy. I pick Ozzy too, out of all of them. Ozzy was hard and fast, but Ozzy could sing. That's why I liked Black Sabbath. Ozzy could actually sing. It's out there with me. Here. Wanna see, or is he blind? What's that? I don't want all that. You going to sleep? Yep. Wanna be a Foghat? I remember Jim Carrey speaking about him. I don't like the bigger bands. Even Guns N' Roses will grow on you. And I've said this in other streams. They're one of the only bands that can get billions of views with 7, 8, 9, 10 million likes in one of their videos too, and their songs. And if you look at their comments, a lot of them are from all over the world too, not just the United States. A lot of Mexican and Spanish comments over there. They love Slash. They love Axl over there. They really do. Everybody likes Guns N' Roses. They're all right. My personal opinion, like, Guns N' Roses would have sucked without Slash, though. They really would have. Slash wasn't on that guitar, even on songs like Knocking on Heaven's Door or even Sweet Child of Mine, all the songs. That's him on the guitar. It's Slash. You could have changed Guns N' Roses' names to Slash Rose or Roses and Slash. You know, on some real shit. Don't get me wrong, Axl and Slash together, even though they didn't always get along and bumped heads a lot, Slash made them. I don't care. Man, I'll say it like this, man. It was 60% Slash, 40% Axl. It's a little more on Slash, as they would have sucked without him. In Paradise City, he's the one that's playing it. He really is. He's the one that had to play that. And they had that other guitarist too, the other guy on bass, that blonde guy. I forget his name. He's the other one with Guns N' Roses. I don't know all their names. It's not that they always feuded. It's they did feud because people would say what I'm saying. It's because of Slash, and Axl didn't like it. Axl's voice he's a great vocalist and all, but his voice would become annoying and consistent. When Slash in his songs, when he was on the guitar, it was beautiful. That's why there's that saying, everybody understands the Guns, but nobody understands the Roses. Slash was the Roses. He was the beautiful part. Ooh, whoa, yeah. Axl in his prime was good, though. Later on, no. In his prime, yes, together, unstoppable. That's why they get billions of views. They're the only band to do it. You don't see Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down doing that. You do not see these other bands doing it. None of these bands are putting up 1 billion views. None of them. Even Queen in all their splendor is not doing it. Even Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 are not doing it. But Guns N' Roses does it. Justin Bieber and Katy Perry can do it. And this today, where we're living in the future, certain things make it and certain things don't. I'm surprised Michael Jackson didn't do it. I'd have bet on Michael Jackson before I would have Guns N' Roses. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd have lost money. I'd have bet on Mike. That motherfucker was famous growing up. I would have bet on Michael doing it over them. I'm not the only person either. We would have all lost. A lot of people would have bet on Mike to do it. Even Thriller don't got 1 billion views. And I find that surprising. But Guns N' Roses do. It's not when you say religious movement, you got to remember geographic distribution. They don't have no movement. I don't know what these guys, where their literature comes from. They all have an opinion on a creator, and none of them could tell you as they look in a mirror and they look at themselves and they realize they're a human, bilaterally symmetrical, and a carbon-based organism, they couldn't even tell you really what a human is. So for them to even get religious, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Taylor Swift's famous and all, but I don't listen to her music and I don't listen to her philosophies. Hell is full of beautiful people, my friends. When Satan comes to collect, it doesn't matter how successful you are, how beautiful you are. He's going to collect. This is a rented life. I don't listen to their music. Loser. I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I grew up with Mariah Carey and Madonna. and Whitney Houston. These women today suck. I hate to say it like that. I was spoiled in the 80s. We had Madonna and shit when she was in her prime. She was like a virgin. Then all of a sudden she was celebrating. You know what I mean? We had Madonna and shit. I take Madonna any day of the week over these bitches today. Madonna was the real deal. The only ones that I think were better were Mariah and Whitney. And they were all in the same era. Then you had Toni Braxton too. I liked her. Toni Braxton. You don't hear her name a lot, but I'll say it. I like Toni Braxton. For real. Swimming today? Nah. I'm not the biggest on Madonna either. I'm just saying, like, she was a real star, though. She was the real deal. I don't know any Taylor Swift songs. I'm not dissing Taylor Swift. I don't know any of her music. You know? And there's everything. Loser. Loser. It's out there with me. Oh, yeah. It's out there. Talk to me. Speaking of Mare, too, watch this. You guys want to see something cool? Watch this. Watch this real quick. You want to see something cool? My work with Dookie Howser. What the fuck stream did I just click on? Oh man, I'm smelling hot dog on it. Hold on a second, watch. Oh yeah, there it is. I forgot we had Milestones. I like Milestones. I needed a little flash. Thank you. Milestones excite me. Looks all pretty, don't it? Good night, baby. Here it is. You got one too, RC. Hit your shit. Where'd RC at? RC, hit that shit. Hit that button and hit Milestone. Hit that shit. Sounding right on it. Up, yeah. Right, just the tip of it on it. Oh. I woke up and started drinking, man. That's a fucking some alcoholic shit. I said, fuck it. Knew I had Milestones anyway. Damn want to you. Is this I think this is a chick in this song. I don't know. Arithmetix is a chick. Hmm? Hit that milestone. That milestone, RC. I just hit that one. I was the one that did that on the Mare Bear channel. Dr. Fish doesn't give a fuck. I'm gonna let it shine, son. All right, what's another one? We've been discussing endothermic poikilotherms all week, Tuna. I don't want to keep discussing endothermic poikilotherms. Maybe just one time I'll discuss it just for you. The exceptional speed of the tuna-like fishes is due to their streamlined body, small and smooth scales, non-bulging eyes, retractable fins, and numerous small median finlets that reduce turbulence. Yo, what a fucking freak. Used to sleep with them fish books. Now, tuna are easy. Eat it. It's good for you to eat. There's not a lot of mercury in them. If you're a pregnant woman, don't eat any fish. You don't got to worry about biomagnification. You know? I got you. Come on. I've been speaking about tuna all week. Remember, endothermic poikilotherm. I don't like octopus. I wouldn't eat oct. It's chewy. Tastes chewy, and I don't like it. Let me find a different song. No, I like tuna. I like albacore tuna, though. We discussed albacore tuna and their myomeres last night. Splinterfish are easy. Bony fish. We discussed all this. 3 classes of living fishes. Geographic distribution. Evolutionary relationships. It answers all your question about that fish. Everything. Even the tuna she's asking. I sound like a broken record with you guys every night. Every night. Salmon too. Salmon, anadromous. Another bony fish. It's simple after a while with these guys. It really is. You're asking simple questions. And I want you guys to get it. So next time you type a fish, I was learning about this fish, Dr. Fish, and its geographic distribution was this, and it's so radical. Then I was checking its trophic interreactions, and I was learning what it was foraging on. You're asking the wrong questions. Always follow the basic formula of biology. What I've been teaching it all week, and I'm teaching it again right now, so you guys follow it. It'll help you. You will be lost looking at fishes until you follow this criteria. You will be all over the place, and you don't have to be. I want you guys to be in the right place. And I gotta pee. And if I was a fish and had to pee right now, it would be called excretion with my one-way digestive system. So right now I have to excrete myself. Excretion. It don't matter if we're a seahorse, splinterfish, we're an anemone fish. It doesn't matter what class. It's always going to be important. That geographic distribution, evolutionary relationships, and the trophic interactions. And how many fishes begin life as what? Remember last night? This is very important. Without this, you will be lost. Hold on, I gotta pee. Emerald fantasy, it's a part of my rock and roll dream. It's all part of my fantasy. You know, all this fancy fish talk helps me when I'm on the water. Smoke these guys. Grandpa's been doing it for 40, 30, and I go out there and smoke them. Doesn't work that day for them. It doesn't, man. I got the best gear, too. I'm ready right now. I could be ready in 30 seconds. I'm ready now. I was ready last week. I love it. Lucky it's not warm out, too. We just got that car and shit, too. I could be anywhere. It's not the time of the year. It's too cold right now. Fishes are ectothermic. Can't be out there right now. I'm going to catch shit by the cold. Let me find a different song. Oh, yeah. I like this song. Never say goodbye. What about Bon Jovi? That's my dude. You don't hear about Bon Jovi as much anymore. No, 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 no. No, no. It says, how old can you, what did you say? How can you tell how old a fish is? From their scales. They'll have rings in them. Like when you cut down a tree, it has rings in it, but also from their inner ear, you can tell the age. I just seen that question. It's all on the scales, though. We were discussing their scales, whether they're a trout, they have cycloid scales, but they'll still have the rings in them. They're a bass, they're going to have ctenoid scales. The gar, and they're going to have placoid scales. Sharks are dermal denticles. Nothing, it will never end. Say goodbye. Marine biology gets me high. It always did. It always did. Octopus, they're easy. Like to excrete brown ink called sepia. Have chromatophores are present out of the 800 different species. Octopus do have a skeletal structure called a pen-shaped transparent rod called a gladius. Say it. Gladius would be their skeletal structure. Dance with it. Another hard structure on them would be their beak. Never let you. Come on. Is it possible to have a pet shark? I'll say it like the Shawshank Redemption said it. Some birds are not meant to be caged. Their feathers shine too bright. It's more than 400 species of sharks, and even you take the third largest fish in the world, the great white shark, the granddaddy of all the sharks with its 300 teeth. They don't do well in captivity. They don't last longer than 300 days. To have a smaller species and keep it as a pet and create your own ecosystem, because that's really what you're doing when you create a fish tank. Is it possible? Yes. Because they do it every day. You'd have to switch to a different species. It costs you a lot of money to do, and you're going to need a lot of water. And saltwater tanks and saltwater is a lot different than having goldfish or koi swimming around. And cartilaginous fishes are a little different than Cyprinidae. You know? Everything about them's different. Forever. But the answer to your question is yes. Certain pet stores have certain species of sharks to be able to keep in your fish tank. It's always when somebody walks in, they could see a little shark. And you got to remember, sharks are often described as large, voracious predators, yet about 80% of known species are less than 60 centimeters long. And some species barely attain a length of 30 centimeters, and they're only found on coral reefs. So they're not always these large, voracious predators that Peter Benchley wrote of in his 1974 novel, Jaws, guys. And biology of sharks is 80% of them are less than 60 centimeters long. Oh, no, no, no. It says why turtles are able to live that long. They don't always live long. It's the tortoises that can live up to a couple hundred years. Out of the 7 species of sea turtles, they deal with predation every day, especially from tiger sharks. Sharks, on the other hand, are very advanced. Like, they don't get cancer, they don't get sickness. They survived mass extinctions. The dinosaurs, you got to remember, the sharks were 200 million years before the first dinosaurs, and they're still swimming today, strong, thriving. It's not just their genetics, it's how they're built. And genetics, it would all go through gene flow. It's just they're great predators. They're survivors. And that's why they've been around since the Devonian period, 420 million years ago, the age of the fishes. That is the age of the fishes. They're no joke. But sharks also have predators too. Were there predators? And you have certain cetacean species that can just make sharks their bitch. I'll say it like that. Orcas together in a pod as a team, sharks don't stand a chance. You know what I mean? What you know about Point Nemo? Point Nemo. Discuss Point Nemo more thoroughly. When I think of Nemo, I think of a anemone fish with 29 species living in a mutualistic symbiosis with one of the 6,000 species of sea anemones. Always remember, when you ask questions, ask them with geographic distribution, evolution, and relationships, trophic interactions. It'll keep us so we don't get sidetracked. And remember the Devonian period. Remember how the sharks came 200 million years before the first dinosaurs. They're obviously survivors. Sharks are easy. They're so advanced that they're easy compared to the other fishes, because the things they can do is, sharks' best sense is their sense of hearing. Meaning, if you're banging or splashing your feet in the water, they'll hear that before their other senses kick in. I understand you always want to trigger their chemoreceptors and chum to mimic them and put them in a feeding frenzy. That's different. But when it comes to a biology of them, hearing is their best sense. I can hear you from miles away. Miles. Then when they start swimming closer, their other senses kick in. Their chemoreceptors kick in. Their eyes will be irrelevant. They have the ampulla of Lorenzini working in conjunction with the lateral line system. You're fucked when they start getting closer. You'll never see them coming with their counter shading and certain things they do. You'll never even see them. You don't belong in the water at all. You won't even see them coming. Next thing you know, your leg will be missing. And that's just for certain species. Because you should know the dangerous species. There's 5 that you really have to watch out for with the shark species. You know? And look, it's a place in the ocean that the further, look, it's geographic distribution though, right? See how important it is? Write that word down. Save it. Send a text message to yourself. Geographic distribution. You don't follow them 3 criteria. I keep discussing it. You're going to be all over the place. Again, you're talking about a place. It's so important. You know what else is unique about that place you're speaking about? There's going to be certain fish species and bird tetrapod species that are just going to be found there and nowhere else in the world. Out of those 90 species of cetaceans that marine mammals were discussing, one of them is going to swim and forage there. It's so important. Without that. Mm-hmm. And the banana. That shit tastes like shit. Because I want to believe in mermaids. It's possible. And you have to look at the marine biology behind it. There was tool use pulled up. Meaning they pulled up fish species in nets where another species showed intelligence enough to make a weapon and try to take that fish down. But the videos could be faked. The people could be catching them and making their own thing, putting it in there. You have to think of every scenario. There's no DNA evidence. There's no evidence on it. Even with Bigfoot, there's no dead specimen. Loch Ness could be a cryptid, though. Loch Ness, out of all of them, Nessie's probably real. There's a species of cryptid still alive and has a lot of places to hide. With Bigfoot, there's no DNA evidence. If they're so prolific, where's a dead specimen? There's just sightings of people playing tricks on each other. Where's the DNA evidence? If we were in a courtroom right now and you killed somebody and you left the hair on them, your DNA, your scientific fingerprint would be on them. Where's Bigfoot's scientific fingerprint? There isn't one. I can't roll with Bigfoot. I got to roll with science. Science doesn't add up with Bigfoot. The videos and stuff, that the only way Bigfoot could be possible, that if it lives in a cave system and buries its dead under the ground and it lives beneath us, it's the only thing I could think of that's plausible, because there's no DNA evidence at all. It's not possible. Just because somebody's seen something, or there could be people walking around in a suit just to fuck with people. I can understand that, but after time, if something's really there, even in that movie Predator, that one guy hit it and it was bleeding on the leaves. That DNA eventually will get left. There is no DNA with Bigfoot. They think there is, or they think they know. It's bullshit. And the more you study Bigfoot, because I've researched him thoroughly, the more you study him, he seems to appear a lot when there's UFO sightings. Research it. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm teaching you guys marine biology. Never speak out my ass. Like, the more you research it, it just seems like it starts turning demonic the more you research Bigfoot, according to my studies. Nefarious things come into play using Bigfoot's geographic distribution. Start looking in the sky. Nobody's talking about what's going on in the sky around Bigfoot. They need to speak about that, because it happens a lot with him. And there's no DNA evidence, and something keeps happening in the sky. So what is that telling me? I'm not thinking outside the box. I'm standing on your box looking at it as a cube, and it's telling me something completely different. It really is. It's not adding up, and I don't like it. Because you change geographic distribution and you change for example, the Vietnam War. The ground soldiers were seeing a bilaterally symmetrical mammalian-like creature. They kept seeing something. These are legit soldiers on the ground saying they are seeing something. So if you change the geographic distribution a little bit with Bigfoot, you start seeing that these Vietnam soldiers on the ground were really seeing something. Then the more you research it, the pilots in the air had these first generation goggles made with a certain material that's banned today, and I don't even want to say its name, that allowed those pilots to see things that weren't there. And go research what the American pilots were seeing in the sky. They'll try to say, oh, they were on LSD. That's all bullshit. You're not going to give somebody hits of acid and put them in the air. You're not going to do stuff like that. Their goggles were picking stuff up, and they had to cover it to say things like that. They don't even make these goggles no more. The material in the lenses allows you to see into another dimension, supposedly. The science behind it. They're called the first generation. Everything after that are knockoffs. They don't use this chemical no more. They cannot allow to use it. Even the U.S. Army today, I don't even know if they use it. It got banned, this chemical. Oh, let me find a song. But that's, again, you change geographic distribution and they're seeing Bigfoot again. But where's the DNA evidence then? You know, that's what I want to know. Maybe they were on drugs, because where's the DNA evidence? Even OJ, that DNA they had, couldn't convict OJ did it. No, he didn't do it. His ass would have went to jail. That DNA. Oh, DNA was in its infancy. No, it wasn't. DNA was fully grown. Orange, whatever the hell, OJ's hair didn't match. Wasn't his scientific fingerprint. Or his ass would have went to prison. Trust me. In science, we always look for simplicity. And sometimes in science, I'm not going to lie, we can hide behind theories. We're just going to go, oh, it's evolution. It's a Darwinian way. You know, we can hide behind theories. And I don't like that with science sometimes, because you're trained to hide behind a theory. And when I believe in intelligent design, I look in the mirror every day and see how advanced a human is. There's no way that it just was an accident. But we're going to evolve. We're not going to ask how we came to be, but we're going to evolve, right? It doesn't make sense, Mr. Darwin. I read your book twice. Take me on. Don't rush me. It's out there with me. I know I stream and act like a dipshit sometimes, guys, but I always had the marine biology knowledge. It always helped me as a streamer. Seems like I didn't have to use the fancy science tactics. I could use psychology. It was different. Streaming psychology. I don't believe in evolution either. Nothing working for nothing by nothing begot everything. So as you watch me on the cell phone on your hand, we're not going to ask how that was created. Obviously, man intelligently designed and built it. We're not going to ask how it was made. It's just going to evolve. Come on, bro. Don't piss on me. I don't agree with certain things. I agree with Darwin on gene flow and mutations. I don't agree in adaptations. Even evolutionary adaptations can be expressions with gene flow. But certain things he says is far-fetched. It's a theory. Just like string theory. It's a theory. It's not Fact. You have to roll with a theory. A theory is like when you buy something for Thanksgiving and it's got a little guarantee on the box. It wants to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, like that movie Tommy Boy said. But in the end, it's bullshit. It's all right. Your questions are easy. Some harder questions. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Hey, I'm gonna start another stream. Hang with me. I'll try to get you somebody to talk to. I'm on shadow ban and people act up over here. It's all right. That's why I don't always teach marine biology, even being a marine biologist. I really am a true field biologist and a tournament-ready fisherman. And I may work at a store and stuff. It's because I'm smart and I'm utilitarian and I got to make money. I may dick off on YouTube, but the shit pays me every month too. Seems like I'm the only one laughing. Hold on, we're going to start another stream. Maybe we'll get lucky and light it up. Well, at least Mary lit this one up. Hold on, let me find it. Let me get this picture. I get burnt out. I'm a good guy. When these guys were dicking off over their life, I was holding up fishes to the sky and memorizing books, and eventually went to even school for a focal point. And I'm prepared today. It might not make me money in real life, but when somebody asks me a question, they could speak to me for 5 minutes about fish, and they would bet on me. 5 minutes. And that was the whole point, being educated. It's like that movie Back to School. He always used to say, man, a man's nothing without an education. He was right. Rodney Dangerfield was right in that movie. Because your education can click in. That's when it clicks in at the drop of a dime.